this is really a potential short trade if we do get any volume, open interest and volume. There's not so much there's not really a whole lot of open interest and volume on many of these contracts through XPOF, but I'm starting to get starting to become pretty near-term bearish when it comes to fitness, leisure, anything that has to do with fitness in general. I believe that trend is starting to come to an end with the New Year's resolution and whatnot, and we could take a sort of a hit here. But again, we have a symmetrical triangle here, huge divergent high. This is mainly for people who hold the XPOF and, you know, simply want to dollar cost average some of these buy points here, especially this off this primary trend line, off the September lows here, especially around that 1788. You know, you could dollar cost average and you know, start adding to your holdings and whatnot. But again, anything can happen, anything can change. We could get a huge increase in volume and or open interest, and you know, that would spell for some of these targets. But I truly believe a solid break below 2306 price support, coinciding with that primary trend line, which will probably at that moment in time, depending on how much more we consolidate, is a break of that 2306. Not only will it take out the primary trend line off the January lows, more than likely we will coincide with that 50-day moving average running underneath the trend line, sort of hugging it. Again, with more consolidation, we could have a stretch of the 50-day moving average, and a solid break below will take out primary trend line with the 50-day moving average, coinciding with that price support. So again, top of the gap, doesn't get that much better than timing some of these crashes and or adding to your dollar cost average long-term holdings. So we'll see how it plays out. That's what I see for now. I can show you another component of it. Should have more volume, open interest is Planet Hollywood Good, Planet Fitness, which is another component of the leisure and fitness sector. And here we have a primary trend line off the COVID crash lows here, in fact, and a huge set of resistance. And I believe a break below that 7904 ought to put in a wave of selling, in my opinion, with huge, beautiful negative divergences that have continued to construct here. And I've really get this, not the best looking, but gives me the base sign of a potential head and shoulder, which again, if the remainder of the leisure sector remains bearish and they start to come down, and you can best believe Planet Fitness and Xponential Fitness ought to go with it, with a solid break of 7904. And these would be my first targets. If we even get that break, we could, you know, if you're bullish on Planet Fitness and fitness in general right now, you see an inverse head and shoulder pattern looking here. Here's your shoulder, here's your head, here's your first shoulder, and this could be your second shoulder. If you're bullish, you could start to blast off here, and that'd be your moment to step in, moment for all bulls to step in. This is huge support off the gap before the COVID crash lows here, plenty of reaction. That 7904 is big support, and again, a break below it should send in some stops, set out some stops and some margin calls, and I believe a solid break below that would entice some selling for some of these next key levels to watch. So if we get that breakdown, I'll let you know if anything changes and keep you updated.